While the whole world is actually getting over the World Cup fever right now, we have to come to our own football times. Really, it has been a wonderful time at the World Cup over there in Qatar. But right now, attention is beginning to shift to all the other club football across the globe. Welcoming you on the show, 360 Sport. On Trust TV, I am Adeni Ajishafe. Well, we'll quickly run through some stories starting from our own league here. Well, just like the guest in the studio actually mentioned last time that the league will not be starting this year. I see maybe I should be calling him Octopus Olawale Peters. Well, good to have you in the studio.
Good morning, Adeni. It's a pleasure to be back to the studio.
Good one. Let's start with our first story. Abridge League and January 8th kickoff date is Sacrosanct, coming from Elegbeleye. Elegbeleye is the chairman of the interim management committee set up to run the affairs of Nigerian Professional Football League right now. But news came out earlier that maybe December 28th or thereabout. But right now, after meeting with all the 20 clubs, they agreed that January 8th will be the day where they will be starting the NPFL. And he said, well, it's going to be a Bridge League, and January 8th is Sacrosanct. Well, that means really it's fixed for next year. So maybe you actually prophesy it.
Okay, you know, when it comes to planning, it's not rocket science. It's something that if you don't have, you can't give what you don't have. That's just the situation we found ourselves. And they've been making out again, it's going to be a bridge. Do they know what it takes to have an Abridge league? Do they have the planning? Do they have the money? That means the players, they're going to play the competition between January 8th, right, till May, non-stop, continuously, week in, week out. Are they going by flight, by road? So they shouldn't just be coming out and be telling us, bamboozling us with English, Abridge. We don't need that. What we need is to have a plan how they intend to run the Abridge League if they want to do that. How are you going to cope with those that will be playing the CAF Confederation Cup? How are you going to cope with those that will be representing the country in intercontinental competition? What are the plans? Do we have it? Look at what happened yesterday. After the Carabao Cup between Liverpool and Manchester City, they finished the game 11 p.m. Nigerian time, and they still went ahead to have the draw.
The draw instantly.
And the draw came out. That is what they call planning, organizing. Do we have that in this country? No. Probably they will tell you that they are tired. The generator is not working. There's no NEPA. They give us one sort of excuse or the other.
But we'll leave it for another 2 weeks. Before we do the draw.
And for leaving it for another 2 weeks, it will affect the planning of the club on how to plan their schedule because of the World Cup, they've already they are working behind the schedule. So these are the things that we need to come up with. Some of the club owners, they complained bitterly yesterday that they still need
some time.
No, not apart from the time. They need a grant, a takeoff grant that will assist them because most of them right now, like we've said and will continue saying, they don't have the capital. They don't have the money to run this football club. They complained yesterday also, and the response from the chairman was that for the past 5-6 years, have you been getting grants? They've not been getting for the 5-6. So are you telling us that we should continue the way we've been doing it before?
But actually, he said they will be getting some, but it's not going to mention the amount, but they will get some amount.
You want them to start January 8th. And today is what? Today is 23rd. They don't have money. They need money to plan because they know they are not getting the money from the state government. Because right now, all the state governors, you know what they are going through right now. So, spending money on football activities, it's not even in their agenda right now. So they need money to start. And you are not telling them how much you want to give them. 3 million, 2 million, 200 million. They can plan with whatever they have. That's this. Then the issue of sponsorship. We've not had anything. When I said anything, meaning that, we've gotten, we are talking about them to be prudent this time around. We've gotten 10 sponsors for the Nigerian Professional League.
These are the amount of money
that they are giving us. From there, we start asking questions. But now, everything is still the way it is.
Hush.
You know the way we do it now. Fire brigade approach. At the end of the day, we'll be expecting miracle to happen. Sincerely, I think we seriously need to look into this because we don't understand. We are not realizing the potentials that we are losing. We're not understanding the revenue, the income that we are losing from these football activities alone.
What I still don't understand is the fact that why is he always late before we take decisions? 3 months ago, 2 months ago, a month ago, we know this will happen. Why do we always want to come behind? Look at basketball. Look at what is happening in Africa. The NBA League Africa, NBA Africa. You look at BAL Africa, rather, that's the name it's being called, where teams across Africa are participating, trying to at least get something from that particular NBA league in collaboration with NBA. Now, in Nigeria, we have, yes, Rivers, Hoopers, and all that are actually qualified, but one way or the other, because they couldn't, we didn't do it at the right time. They couldn't move. And even if they were to move, all these sanctions, all these problems here and there, it's affecting. If we look at basketball now, a lot of basketballers are really down, as in they are psychologically. They don't even understand, okay, are we running, are we competing? Or am I just training for training's sake? Maybe a club from outside Nigeria will actually pick it. Or am I just doing it because I just love to play the dunk and slam sport? That's one. Now, footballers, they are not sure, okay, when? Okay, now it's now January 8th. When it starts, like we mentioned, will they be going by flight? I wanted to laugh. You know why? The reason is because, have they been going with flight or by flight before? They've been going by road.
Because they are saying Abridge now. So that means they want to compress everything to be sure that they will finish it on time. Before they play maybe once in every week or once in every 2 weeks. But now they want them to be playing like week in, week out.
How many clubs can afford?
Yes, we are talking about
them on flight.
20 clubs. So that means we'll be having 10 matches. We have a club from the northeast going to the south, going to this. With this situation of our roads.
I'm looking at maybe they want to make it like northern and southern conference, kind of, okay, because of the proximity of those states in the north. Okay, let's give all the northern states to play together. Let's take all the southern states to play together. Whatever way, whichever way they actually want to play. But the main thing is
that would take the fun out of it.
Yes, because it's not competitive anymore.
It's not competitive anymore.
It's now regional.
It's not regional. Really, that's not what we are looking for.
We just have to get it right when it comes to Nigerian football. Why that January 8th or Abridge League or Quarter League, you want to call it? But let it just start. Let us see that Nigerian football is back. We cannot continue like this. If you look at how many years ago that Nigeria actually done well at the intercontinental competition in Africa, that has to do with CAF interclub competition. It has been a very long time since 2003, 2004 when Enyimba did that. And since then, we've been behind when it comes to CAF interclub competition. If we are to get it right, we need to start now. And really, we really need to start. Well, we at least not taking anything away from the footballers. They've really done well, practicing week in, week out, just to see that they get their own bread out of this particular sport. But really, we need to consider what they are doing. It's not easy to do sport at all. With your energy, with your time, with everything. And then at the end of the day, 6 months salary being owed, 9 months salary being owed. In fact, news came out, I don't know how true it is for now, that Pizarro is already lamenting his wages.
No, why should
your friend?
Are we not doing him a favor?
I call him your friend.
No. I've befriended him a long time ago.
Oh my goodness.
So that's part of it. Now there is a budget and approval for this coach before he came on board or after he came on board. Where is the money? We are not asking the right questions in this country when it comes to some certain things, because it is an international embarrassment that Nigeria, the federal government of Nigeria, because there is employer, they are owing a foreign coach.
To that level that Ganoro took us to NFF.
Yes.
NFF is in Nigeria.
So they definitely, what they're representing. So that shows that we have a precedent, a bad precedent when it comes to that. Then how do you want to attract a good coach that really knows his onions, that knows what it takes, that I don't take nonsense? How will you attract them? You only be attracting the likes of
school teachers.
Even school teachers, no.
Oh,
school teachers is even better. Sincerely, will be attracting the likes of Pizarro, that they will call you to come and take a contract of 6 months, and you said I'm okay with it. 6 month contract as a coach, and for the first 6 months they did not pay you. come on, it's embarrassing what we have in this country.
Well, we can't just get it right when it comes to sport in Nigeria. We really need to take sport very seriously. We've been talking about the Abridge League starting by January 8th, coming from Elegbeleye. That's the winger Elegbeleye, the chairman of IMC, Interim Management Committee, set up to see to the affairs of the Nigerian Professional Football League running in Nigeria. Now, let's go international. This time around, we go to England. Let's talk about the EFL Cup. Manchester City, they were able to win that game, 5-goal thriller against Liverpool, the team that never walk alone. They actually walk alone yesterday. They lost that game 3-2. Good one. They fought hard, but really, Manchester City showing why most of their players who couldn't go to the World Cup, Erling Haaland coming back with the bang, he was able to make it, although Mo Salah actually put one back, but it was you score, I score you, you score me, I score you, until Manchester City, yes, they were able to do it. But really, congrats to Manchester City for what they did. And if you look at the scoreline there, for what at least it ended 3-2, like I said, and you look at Haaland, Mahrez, Ake, you have Carvalho, Salah, Milner, well, assisting there, Milner and Nunes, De Bruyne, and you have Rodri all making assists in that place. Well, let's look at the statistics of that particular game, how it went down. You look at Manchester City, Liverpool, 57% against 43%, and shots, you have 18 for Man City, 7 for Liverpool. Shots on target, 2 and 9 for Manchester City. Corners, 1 for Liverpool, 7 for the Etihad Bay Stadium club. Fouls, 10, 6 for Manchester City. You look at this and you're like, okay, really, Manchester City really had a very good party.
Well, I think I'll give it to Liverpool, not to Manchester City, because if we have 2 shots on targets and you scored the 2 goals, and you have 9 shots on target and you scored 3, so that means you're not clinical in front of goal. So that's
wasteful.
Very wasteful, and that shows that the Liverpool team, they need to do more with their ball possession. If you don't have more possession, there's no how you can get into the box of your opponent. That is what the Manchester City they did yesterday by having the 9 shots on target. As expected, we know it's going to be very tough. You know, anytime Liverpool and Manchester City, they are having their rivalry, you know, it's always a very, very tough one. I think the Liverpool team have been having the better side of Manchester City. But when it comes to this particular competition, Manchester City, I think they are more like the perennial winner. For the last 10 years, they've won it 6 good times. Liverpool is the current champion, but now they're out of it. So we have the likes of Manchester City, Manchester United, Newcastle, Leicester City. Let's
look at the draw that was made instantly after those games actually ended yesterday. We have Manchester United against Charlton Athletic, Man City against Southampton. You have Nottingham Forest against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Newcastle United will be facing Leicester City. A battle of EPL teams there. From the way it is, let's take it one by one. Man United Charlton. That's a game that you want to say, okay, this game could be in favor of Manchester United, but you know, this competition is always a giant killing one.
Yes, it's a giant killing one, and especially when you are playing with a team that you don't know their pattern, you don't know their style, and they are coming as a loser even before the game. They have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. So they can come and just do the surprise. Even scoring a goal against Manchester United is going to be something they'll be very happy with. So don't take it away from them. You may be surprised. And the Manchester United we have currently now, they are not that stable. Sincerely, they're not that stable.
Not pronounced like they used to be.
Yes, like it used to be. The fact that they won their last match, it doesn't mean they will win the next one. Especially you are playing with a club that is not even Division 2, Division 3, Division 4.
Charlton
Athletic. It's going to be very, very interesting there. Southampton and
Manchester City,
with the way Southampton have been conceding goal left, right, and centre, and with the attacking prone of Manchester City, they have the Haaland, they have the Mahrez, they are ready to do anything. I think it should be a walkover for Manchester City, because for now they have to try as much as possible to win any available trophy. However, here is what may be their problem. They are trailing Arsenal behind with 5 points, so their concentration more will be on EPL and also the Champions League, in which Pep Guardiola during his press conference said that is the only trophy is waiting to win is owing the Manchester.
You should talk to Messi. Messi should give you a handout of how to win when you are looking for a particular trophy.
It's not Messi.
No, Argentina. You should talk to Argentina.
Exactly. You should talk to Argentina, how they work as a unit, how to work as a team, and how they won the trophy. So I think he has done it before also, when he was in Barcelona also. I'm talking about Pep Guardiola, but he has all the players as at that time. Right now, he has the player right now, but that shows that his technical skills is still questionable as far as I'm concerned. You can't have the kind of squad that you have in Manchester City right now.
And you're not winning all the trophies.
You're not winning all the trophies, come on. Something is wrong somewhere. So let's see what happened. This is football. Nobody believes Saudi Arabia will beat Argentina. Nobody believes that Japan will beat Spain. Nobody believes
no one saw that Argentina will come that later leave the cup.
Leave the cup, and nobody even believed that an African country will get to semi-final, talk less of Moroccan team. So this football, anything can happen.
Why we are looking at anything can happen? Well, let's look at Wolverhampton, Nottingham Forest, where we have Woni and Emmanuel Dennis. Woni actually scored in their last game that qualified them for the quarterfinals. Now they'll be facing Wolverhampton Wanderers. Maybe I will look at it like a kind of balance.
It's a 50-50 game. It's a 50-50 game. But the advantage that the Nottingham Forest they have is they are playing at home. They are playing at home and they have the home support.
But if you look at, yes, they are playing at home, but do you know when the Wolves come to the Forest?
we need an hunter to
When you see Wolves coming to the Forest to play against Nottingham, who wins this particular battle? Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Nottingham Forest in the Forest there. Newcastle United, St. James Park will be hoping to at least turn things around against Leicester City. Leicester City, that's another matter we call 50-50.
I'm not going to give you 50-50. Leicester City, before the World Cup break, has been very woeful in their performance. I think they play about 5 or 6 matches, they won only one. But Newcastle, look at where
although they've been consistent.
So they have been very, very consistent. And this is an opportunity for them to lay their hand on a trophy for the first time in a very, 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 very long year. And if you look at the team, they don't have a particular player like, oh, this is our Messi. Everybody plays together like a unit,
they play
like
Morocco.
a team. Exactly. Massive defense, massive attack. So I see them winning the match, except if the miracle of football happened again. But I see them winning. I'm looking at Newcastle and Manchester City playing the final.
Seriously? Well, it's maybe. Let's see what will be happening. This is just quarterfinals, 4 matches there, and we see to who gets to the last 4. And well, let's just wait and see. But really, Newcastle, they just have a lot to do if they are to roll over Leicester City. I'll give you some details concerning that particular draw that has to do with the quarterfinals of the EFL Cup. Let's talk about women. Women Champions League matches were also played. Let's look at the results of the Women Champions League. They actually took place yesterday. It was a good one for Wugsburg Lady 8 against St. Pölten of Austria in that game. 8-2 it ended. 3-0 in favor of Roma Feminine against Slavia Prague from Czech Republic. Real Madrid Femenino won 5-1 against Lasnia Femra. PSG, they lost against Chelsea women 3-0. Well, certain Samka was able to score there. Good one for Chelsea, good one for Real, Roma and Wugsburg.
Okay, no surprise, but I'm sure the likes of Mbappe and Messi, they'll be looking at their female team now. What is happening? Why are you
they defeated Chelsea last time, so...
It's not about last time, it's about... there's a saying that I get time before no be property.
It was just last week they defeated Chelsea.
That was last week. We're talking about, okay, who's the current world champion?
Oh my goodness.
Who won it last? So we're talking about the current thing now. It is 3-0.
Chelsea fans.
No, it's not about Chelsea fans, it's about the reality. You know, the likes of Messi and Mbappe will be looking at, oh, what are they doing to us? Why are we considering this?
But last week, when they won last time, what would they be saying?
Do I have anybody? do you have anybody in Chelsea that have the kind of brand or image like Messi and Mbappe? It's something that they are used to already.
Graham Potter, the magician.
Okay, the magician. That used to do magic. So I think it's a very good one, and the result is as expected. Wolfsburg also, I think they did a very good one. Just like the Arsenal women also, they demolished the FC Zurich by 9-1. So that shows that the women's football now is getting more attention, it's getting more interesting, and people that really knows how to do it, they are doing it best.
They know how to do it best. Talking about women Champions League there. Well, good one for Wugsburg, Roma, Real Madrid, and also not forgetting Chelsea rolling over PSG in that game. That you expect PSG to actually put up a good fight, but the ladies, the blue ladies, they did well by defeating them. Good one for Real Madrid. The all-white ladies also did well. The Los Merengues, they actually won that game there. Congrats to all the winning team. As we move away from Champions League now, that has to do with women, let's talk about two stories before we wrap it up. After the World Cup, Lionel Messi and Kylian Mbappe jersey, that is their PSG jersey, right now actually up by 200% after the World Cup final. What a way to go. A lot of people, they made so much money online concerning their jerseys. Okay,
actually not surprised. When you have two teammates that played in the final. One scored brace and a penalty, and another one scored hat-trick, a milestone that was last achieved in 1966. So that shows that there will be attention. They were talking about a rising star. I know Messi star may want to come after me, and a declining star. Because one is rising, another one
I'm sure Man United fans, sorry, Ronaldo fans will be happy for this statement you just made.
But that's the reality. That's just the
rising star.
The rising star. Yes, that's just the issue. So when you have that, what do you expect? And Messi also, if you recall vividly, when he joined PSG, he broke the record. He broke the record by PSG selling about 830,000 jerseys within 24 hours. That superseded Ronaldo's record of 520 jerseys when he moved from Real Madrid to Juventus. From the sales of jersey alone, during Messi transfer from Barcelona to PSG, PSG made over 105 million pounds, where his own salary per annum is 41,000. So when we are talking about millions, so when we are talking about sports, business, that is what we are talking about. And look at this, and if you look at the statistic of this 200,000% increase, 40% came from the United States of America.
You can imagine a French team having so much followership in US.
In US. So what do you now? What is that telling you now? A club with a business sense and mind in US should be looking at, oh, that means a lot of people in US, they like Lionel Messi. The best thing, let's try and convince Lionel Messi. He has won everything to come to US. Imagine the number of shirts that will be sold within 24 hours, and looking at the population of the United States of America alone, talk less of his fans outside US.
Over 300 million.
So that is the business angle that most of these club owners, they are looking at, that we are not looking at in Nigeria, especially our own NPFL. We'll continue to talk about it. Let them see it as business. We have some of our players that if they are rising star, they come back home from the sales of jersey. Also, we have the population in this country.
We used to do that. I remember when the late Rashidi Yekini came back to Gateway, Gianni Babangida or Finidi or thereabout. They came back trying to see how they can at least get the league. Rashidi is back. Everybody wants to watch him play for Gateway or even Julius Berger at that time.
And that is what most of the stars what they did. By the time they're about to retire, they come back to their home club to give them what the club has given to them. So it's a very good one. So I'm not surprised about the 200% increase in the sales of shirts for both Mbappe and Messi. Well deserved.
Well deserved. And while we are talking about Messi and Mbappe, well, we are hoping that another record will be coming, because CR7, what they call Ronaldo Cristiano, right now, 7-year deal awaits CR7 in Saudi Arabia. If he can get this done, this will be a big one, because right now, according to the news reaching us, that 7-year deal for him to get this done. And right now, if he gets it right, he will be able to get 2-year football time and also 5-year. 5-year, he will be there to at least get ambassadorial role for 5 years and also 2 years for football. And Ronaldo, if he gets this deal done, maybe 1 million jersey will be signed.
And you see, the Saudi Arabian, they will do everything possible to get the brand, to get the image, to get the attention that is needed for their bid to host the World Cup in 2030, together with Egypt and Greece. The 3 countries are looking at how to submit their own bid for 2030. And what do they need now? They need to get stars like C. Ronaldo. And to be honest and to be sincere with you, I think there's nothing left for C. Ronaldo to do now than to make money. What he needs now is to make money.
Go make this 176 million
pounds per year. And we are going to do this for how many years? For 2.5 years playing. Then when it is now,
turn to ambassador for the club.
Ambassador, and you're going to get more money
as an ambassador
than what you are getting, because there's going to be a lot of rights, sponsorship, image, whatever that will comes in for you. At that time, you can save all this money. Manchester United are angry with you now. Who knows in the next 3, 4, or 5 years? You can come back and buy Manchester United. It can happen.
Someone actually said this thing you mentioned. For Ronaldo, he said, well, for if his partner and kids, if they like the environment, and at least for a lot of reasons, if his family is actually happy, he will move. That's one. Then, like you just said, someone like, okay, what if in the next 2, 3 years, because Ronaldo is already investing into so many things, hotel and all that, but what if Ronaldo, Beckham and all just decide to come together and say, okay, Manchester United, we are coming for you?
And they have the money, and they have people that will support them, because they will run the club far better than what the Glazers family, the way they are running the club right now. It will be a very tight one, because the shareholders may not want them to be in charge because of what has happened before. But it's something that they can give a trial. Right now, both Messi and Ronaldo, they should just go. They've worked for it. They should go and enjoy themselves. Money. It's for money now. There's nothing they want to win again. Maybe
they should get some Nigerian musicians to get some song done for them. Enjoy the money.
It's very interesting.
Good one there. Having you glued to us, at least watching 360 Sport on Trust TV. We have to go now. It has been Olawale Peters. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure being here, Adeniyi.
I am Adeniyi Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.